Hey, we're going live.
Let's do this. All right, I got the tag. Good morning, good morning. I think we got one view already.
Good
Two.
morning. Good morning. How you doing, Asmeret?
I'm great, thank you. And you?
I'm doing all right. How was your weekend?
Weekend was lit. It was a change. Instead of being in the park, it was amazing. So me and my friends got surprised with a reggae dancehall bashment orchestra version. Like, it was crazy. It was a nice surprise. So yeah, and karaoke as well. And it was cool. It was chilled. Beautiful weather. Oh my goodness. Everyone's just literally smiling, like complete strangers smiling. You got to understand, in London and the UK, we never smile at each other. It's just their mood reflects the weather.
I would,
It's
I would
really
have thought it would have been different. I thought y'all would have been jovial over there, just smiling for no reason.
no. I mean, it's weather. It's crazy, but our mood is reflect like the weather and the mood. The nation's mood is very similar. It's weird because we
That's
love the
everywhere.
sunshine. Yeah, we love the sunshine. It's rare when we get it, so everyone's on their best behavior.
Got some people
And yours?
popping in. Hey, Cheryl. Good morning, Ann. Marcellus, what's up? Marcel's already saying charts. Brandon, what's up? Hey, crypto family, what's going on? Pile on in, guys. Y'all know what time it is. It's me, King Risen, and yours truly, Miss Asmeret Semere, better known as Crypto Eze. So, pile on in, guys. Pile on in. Welcome.
Good morning, guys.
Y'all know the routine. It's the same thing. We'll talk about this crypto wherever you are. Asmeret has some really cool things to share. I have a few things in mind to share. So we'll see how things go.
Good morning, guys. Crypto Azzy here. I just want to say good morning to Marcellus, Brandon, and Mondasir, Cheryl, Latia. I know there's more coming on. Like, share, subscribe, say hello. Let us know how your weekend went. So, guys, a lot of news was coming out this week. Lots of bullish news, positive news coming from the space. So, where do I start? We could be talking about key appointments. I'm not sure if you heard about Facebook. Director of Engineering, Ivan Shang, moving to the same position at the company's blockchain team. I'm not sure if you heard of Winklevoss twins, Gemini crypto exchange. They've hired New York Stock Exchange Chief Information Officer Robert Cornice as well, and it's that's their first ever Chief Technology Officer. So great news coming out so far. But I will start with South Korea because that did move the markets a bit. So South Korea, not sure if you know of the background, it is one of the largest markets in terms of the crypto space. A large amount of transactions are made there. And we know with the previous news coming out with regulations and crypto currency exchanges as well being hacked, there's been some news coming out from there previously. So South Korea, they are beginning to legitimize blockchain industry with some major classification standards that they're issuing. So 3 ministries in South Korea, the National Statistic Office, the Ministry of Science and Technology, and the Ministry of Information and Communication are in the process of drafting major legislation for classification standards. This is for the domestic industry by the end of this month. So the draft legislation So far, it defines cryptocurrency exchanges as crypto asset exchange and brokerage. So it's changed the previous definition of them as communication vendors. And so this is good news. It's having a positive impact on the market. This is on top of the previous news that came out with the government looking to soften their approach towards the market. So also the scheme, it will serve as a basis for policy making, blockchain promotion and regulatory frameworks. It will cover areas including blockchain system construction, decentralized applications, better known as dApps, and cryptocurrency exchanges and transactions. So, as I said, this is definitely good news. It gives more clarity to the space, to the industry. It's definitely more positive. And also, their recognition as it is an emerging sector, obviously, so it definitely legitimizes the space for us. And I believe there's going to be further input from 43 other government ministries, 17 other regional municipalities, as well as enterprises and financial institutions. So they're basically working together, collaborating together with different players, consultations with over 160 institutions, and it will be also like the country's first statistical survey of their industry. So this is definitely great news in regards to South Korea. And there's further news in terms of the Bank of Korea as well. They say that crypto investment, it doesn't pose that much risk. It's a small risk to the local financial market, because that was a concern with them, as well as other countries that had similar concerns. So the survey itself, just to add as well, it will cover blockchain systems and integration into existing industries. So this will include the financial sector, security, insurance, copyright management, supply chain management, medical services, and software development. So obviously with what we saw with the recent high profile hacks with the exchanges, they've really been listening to the industry, and they've definitely wanted to have like robust responses from local regulators. So this is very important, positive news coming from them. And definitely the talk being as well, the country planning to lift its blanket ban on domestic initial coin offerings, ICOs as well. So this is definitely great. And also another thing as well, the Ministry of Science and ICT did announce that that they had a blockchain technology development strategy as well. They're looking to raise approximately $207 million by the year 2022. We're not far off. We're in 2018. We've got a couple of years left. So the country's central bank, they've been exploring the idea of using blockchain in order to it has one of its goal of creating a cashless society by the year 2020. So they're looking at blockchain, studying it, and exploring options to use it as a vehicle to achieve that target. So that's a big deal. The Central Bank of Korea as well, they said it was cryptos wasn't a big risk to them. So they said something about the $1.79 billion worth. They think it's still low because it's equivalent to around 8% of the total deposits operated by South Korea's brokerage houses. So and that's worth like $23 billion. So they say that, I mean, they created this report and it said, look, it doesn't pose a big enough threat for us to stop them or be worried, especially to the traditional local financial markets. So yeah, so they said against this backdrop, they expect cryptos to have a limited impact on the South Korean financial market. So that's great news as well. And I'm not sure if you also heard, because it did have quite a wide coverage because it was historic. Malta, we're going to Europe now, from Asia to Europe. Malta, it's a so-called blockchain island. They christened themselves that. They passed 3 major blockchain bills, crypto bills, and they established a regulatory framework. So for blockchain technology, digital ledger technology, they're trying to confirm, they're trying to make Malta like a major hub. Like they want to be known as a, like they said, blockchain island. We're going to see a lot of these, not just in Europe but worldwide, crypto cities pop up, crypto nations, crypto countries. So literally virtual, if you think about the type of money that if you compare gross domestic product of different countries, the way this space is growing, the way the investments are coming in, it will rival some countries' GDP, the amount of money that will be made and generated and invested. So it's no surprise that they're calling themselves these titles already: crypto nation, crypto city, blockchain island, blockchain country, all these things. You will expect to hear more and more of this as adoption rises and awareness rises and more investment comes into the space. So these 3 bills that Malta government passes, and I have to say their leadership has been extremely open and transparent. That's one of the reasons why Binance moved to Malta. They announced that they're going to move to Malta from their headquarters in Hong Kong because it's more crypto friendly. I did a video on that as well, speaking about crypto friendly countries. So the 3 bills, this includes the Malta Digital Innovation Authority Act, the Innovative Technological Arrangement and Services Act, and the Virtual Financial Asset Act. So it sounds like, even when you hear that, it sounds absolutely, formal and legitimate, and they're very serious about being the forerunners of this, the pioneers of this. So, expect similar language to be adopted in other crypto-friendly countries as they pass this through their institutions and their laws and bills get created. So that's Malta. Japan, their financial watchdog, they're considering changing their crypto regulation to actually make the customers' protections even more stronger on exchanges, which goodness knows we definitely need as much of them as possible, given the negative news we heard about these crypto exchanges hacks recently. So they're looking to change how to regulate cryptocurrency exchanges. Currently, it's under the Payment Services Act, and they're looking to instead regulate them under Financial Instruments and Exchange Act. So this, as I said, will make the customer protections even more stronger for those exchanges. So great news again. Thai government, the Thai regulator, they made an announcement as well back in the 4th of July. Their ICO regulations will come into effect this month on the 16th. So they're going to be finalizing those details, how they're going to operate that moving forward. And they're looking to do that like a 2-tier vetting procedure. They're going to have something called accredited ICO portals in charge of selecting applicants to pass to the SEC for the final screening. So they said that they're going to do that as well. So again, this is, I think it's bullish, it's good news. And the system is is the result of a consultation and preparation that's been going on by the government, taking months. So, and also there was something else as well. Thailand will become one of the first jurisdictions in the world to permit ICOs to function in a fully regulated environment. So that's going to be a big deal. South Korea is looking to follow soon as well. With the news, because lawmakers right now are considering a reversal of the country's ICO ban for more controlled approach, and I do believe that the Thai ICO operators have to tick off some boxes and prerequisites before applying. They're going to have something like 5 million Thai bahts or something like that, about $150,000, and they've got to disclose certain technical functionality and investment plans. So that's on the Thai side. And then President of Uzbekistan, he signs a decree on blockchain integration, which is amazing. He's going to try and modernize the state administration system, and he also wants the country and the space to grow there. Yeah, that's also there. The document also it describes covering blockchain, artificial intelligence, supercomputers, and crypto-related activities. And they mentioned that these are key development trends of the whole, digital economy globally as well. So that's there's a lot more that's come up, but I'm going to move on to what I mentioned earlier in terms of Facebook and Gemini. So Facebook, remember they previously, just recently actually, they reversed their ban on ads, crypto ads. So it was a partial ban, wasn't it? So that's something, again, that we were speculating, okay, does this mean they're coming into the space as well? They're looking to take advantage of it, especially with their networks. And I know with previous scandal as well with Cambridge Analytica, how is this going to have an impact long term? So they're working on something, and this is being confirmed by the promotion of Ivan Cheng. He's the Facebook director of engineering for 3 years now. He's moved to same position at the they've recently established a blockchain team in Facebook, so they're doing that. He's been successful in his role with Facebook, so he's going to be leading this. He was heading the programming languages and runtimes at Facebook, so he's very experienced. And he was working, he's quite big. He was working on the back-end engineering for Apple for almost 10 years. So, he's great at what he does. So also, there was something else as well. I know with Microsoft as well, that reminds me, they were working on a platform as well, on an enterprise blockchain development. And also Microsoft had revealed it started working in a blockchain-based tracking platform in partnership with Adams. So that's to do with traceability solutions. So this is big news anyway. This definitely had an impact on the markets. And also with the Winklevoss twins as well, they've recruited the NYSE Chief Information Officer. Again, this, I don't know, I think I mentioned this before, actually, maybe 2 weeks ago. I said that there was a trend of people in the banking space, in the financial world. We're seeing some from Wall Street come in from that space, leaving their roles, their careers, their jobs. They've been working so hard, maybe 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And they're going into the blockchain space, taking advantage of this this technology and the growth, the spectacular growth in this over the last 9 years. And they want to be prepared just before the institutional funds come in. They want to be part of that, almost like, you know, the middleman, and making sure that they can the contacts, networks that they have, their clients that they have, they'll be, you know, obviously taking advantage of that and being in a profitable space which is constantly growing and developing all the time. So yeah, it's almost like you know, the new gold rush, so that they're getting in at the front lines. So yes, they've hired the NYSE Robert Cornish, and he will be the first ever chief technology officer. So you know, he's very experienced in the NYSE and other places as well. I believe he held various senior positions as well at the International Securities Exchange, and he was listed something like I think it was called Trade and Technology Top 40 as well. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, so great news in terms of appointments into the space. We've also there was one more as well. Former CEO for Jefferies Group. It's a major global investment banking firm. He's decided to join the head and become the head of EOS $1 billion venture capital arm. So this actually started from the 5th of this month. So again, major news, and this was revealed by the EOS creator Block One. So yeah, this is something again we're seeing a trend of, and Block One has a major plans to invest something like over $1 billion in the EOS IO ecosystem projects through its venture arm. And they've allocated like something like $700 million already through their VC partnerships in the US, Europe, and Asia. So again, this is major news. Also, this actually includes a partnership, $325 million EOS IO ecosystem fund with Mike Novogratz cryptocurrency merchant bank, Galaxy Digital. And as you heard me mention before, Mike Novogratz is one of the key bullish key players that has came out with some bullish predictions in regards to the space. So major news regarding that. And also IBM, they've signed a $740 million deal with the Australian government to use blockchain for their data security as well. So we have major players coming into the space from the finance, from the banking. We have major companies collaborating with governments, looking to take advantage of pioneering and exploring in that space and co-creating. So it will, with IBM in particular, they will be using blockchain, automation, and artificial intelligence, and they'll also be. This will be to. I'm thinking of the area, the Australian federal departments, including Defence and Home Affairs. So it's a pretty major deal, and the government, Australian government, is. I want to say is the most crypto friendly yet, but they have started to open they're not as restrictive as others. They're warming up to the idea of taking some sort of leadership in this area. So they're working with major companies and institutions to do that. So yeah, so that is IBM. And there was also something else, a Hyperledger blockchain platform as well. They did complete like some live trades via 5 banks. So there's a blockchain trading platform called we.trade, and it uses IBM's Hyperledger Fabric powered blockchain platform to do that. And they've been piloting this with 5 major banks and 20 other companies, and they've been it basically showed a great example of how they can work together traditional finance as well as with new technologies. So there's more news, more bullish news. There's been a Czech company, Czechoslovakia in Europe. So they have a company that's looking to invest something like $100 million in a venture fund for Israeli blockchain startups. So that was, I think that was reported by the local Israeli news as well. That was at some point, I can't remember the exact time that was released, but anyway, so Benson Oaks Ventures, they will focus specifically on the Israeli market. They've already raised something like first of all, it was $25 million, and then another 75 million is expected. So this is basically good news for the market, for the industry as a whole. We're seeing a lot of these we're seeing startups, we're seeing venture capitalists coming to the space, we're seeing funds being started. So again, very good news. Well, not just in Israel, but other. We've seen this in Russia as well, actually, working together, these industries, especially telecoms, energy giants as well, working with the state or private companies to be able to take advantage of the blockchain space. So we're seeing that as well. And you guys must have heard this as well at some point. Ethereum, the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, this was kind of, he said this in a jokey matter, but I think he was half serious as well. You really had to see the interview with, I think it was TechCrunch. You had to see that, but he didn't mince his words when he said that, but he said, in regards to centralized crypto exchanges, he goes, I hope they burn in hell. I'll say, quote unquote, this is what he says. So he goes, I definitely personally hope centralized exchanges burn in hell as much as possible. I mean, I never heard so much, hate. When you read it, it sounds like, wow, what did he say? It sounded so negative, but you had to watch the interview to see his facial expressions, and he makes a very good point, because he was talking about he was criticizing central platforms for having the ability, these exchanges, the ability to decide which cryptocurrencies become big. And he said this as well. He said, by what did he say? I'm trying to remember. He wants decentralized platforms to come into the community and take away the quote unquote stupid king-making power. So so he was basically saying that they charge something like $10 to $15 million listing fees. $10 to $15 million. Imagine you have a fantastic project, you have everything that you need to become successful. You have great community support, you have a working prototype, you have all those good things, and then you come up and see, okay, there's like these greedy centralized exchanges charging millions upon millions of dollars just to be listed. So it can knock out, it could be unfair, because the whole point of this space is to be as open and transparent and be available to all, the opportunity to invest and so on. But having these centralized exchanges deciding who can come on the exchange, and it kind of tilts the market in those. It does encourage a bit of monopolistic behavior, not at first, but initially, you know, over time, you know, you'll have few big players, and that's not really what we want. We want, you know, as many choices as possible. So so he said that you know, further decentralization would be better satisfied. It would better satisfy the blockchain values of openness and transparency, which he has a fair point, you know. And he's a very smart guy. I mean, you just have to look at his success and achievements with Ethereum and other projects he helped co-found, and other projects that he's also been playing as an advisor, playing an advisory role. So, you know, he has a good point there. Let me know what you think in the comments box, how you feel about those comments, because that I didn't expect him to say that. And then he has these lovely t-shirts, I mean, with unicorns and robots and things. So the guy's super smart. He's, you know, bona fide genius. So
most geniuses are weirdos. I'm the king weirdo.
So yeah,
I don't know anybody weirder than me. Like sometimes I weird myself out. It makes me uncomfortable to be next to myself. I'm like, what?
I just love how, you know, like Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, he wears the same, like, not the same t-shirt. Obviously, you know, he wears the same colors, same style every day. And it's just like,
honestly, I feel like I belong on a different planet. I feel like everybody else is weird and I'm the only sane one.
Yeah, so you see, that's how geniuses feel. They say they're the crazy ones, right? But you know, society tells them you're crazy, but actually you guys are all crazy. So I don't want to be part of this club. I'd rather create my own world. So yeah. But anyway, the guy's a genius, and he's been I mean, burn in hell is quite strong language, guys, don't you think? It's just like...
We're actually getting some breakouts in the market right now, so I want to jump into that, but I don't want to interrupt your thing, but go ahead and finish.
Okay, so, I mean, I will quickly... I won't explain, but I'll quickly touch upon other news as well. So Binance, they expect their profits to go up to $1 billion for this year. The Changpeng Zhao, the CEO, mentioned that. Also, Central Bank of the Philippines, they're accredited to new crypto exchanges. Huobi, they opened registration with a US-based partner, and they're the fourth, I think they're the third largest exchange in the world. They also launched their Australian platform ahead of their blockchain investment plans. So Coinbase, they've launched a digital assets custodian solution for investors, because they've been talking about it for a while and they're finally doing it. And it's both European institutions. It basically gives them the chance to store their crypto assets in SEC compliant and FINRA member broker dealer. It's all compliant. So also a Swiss stock exchange, they've decided to launch a digital asset as well. And Romania released a draft bill regulating digital currencies. Venezuela is to fund their housing for the homeless using their national crypto, the Petro. The Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is studying blockchain implementation to eventually, you know, put in, and so on.
Man,
there's so much more. There's so much more.
So many facts. Just put it in a spreadsheet and attach it to this video so everyone can look at your encyclopedia of facts. Golly. I know I'm just giving you a hard time, Asmeret. Y'all know I like Lesser Asmeret. So listen, the market is moving and I'm getting a little antsy. So I really want to get into this for you guys so y'all can see what's happening. The market's been moving very different. Last week has been really tumultuous for how it's been moving. Different times when it normally would move at different times. The times that it was moving was different than what I was expecting it from. So it's been a really, really crazy, interesting time in the market. But my idea and plot on the market hasn't changed. Now, I know a lot of people are bullish on crypto, Azzy, as you should be long term. Keep in mind, guys, we're doing it here. We're trying to accumulate. In the short midterm, I still think we have some selling off to do. And this is the reason why. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to share some ideas, I'm going to share some plots, share some confluences. I'm going to pull up two charts. I'm going to pull up Monero because the technicals of Monero is really interesting. I want to share that. And it's a good indicator. Go play, boy. I got my kids. I'm at the pool. Hey, go play. So the technicals on Monero is really interesting. And then I'm going to show you guys ETH BTC because ETH BTC is a good measurement of how the alts are going to fare as far as how the overall alt market is going to perform. So I'm going to share that with you guys as well. So remember, guys, the name of the game is to accumulate, to get more cryptos, come out this thing shining on top with a gang of cryptos, a ton of diversification, asset management. I know you speak a lot about that, Asmeret, as far as asset allocation. Make sure you're in the right plays, the strong plays. So we're going to get into that. If you guys want me to get into that, I need to hear some love from you guys. I need to hear charts. I need to get some shares. Show me some love. I think this is a really, really important move that's happening in the market. I've been hunting this move down for the last 2 weeks. I haven't been as available or as visible, I should say, but I've been hunting this move down. This is the move. This is my move. This is the move that I want. I don't care about anything else. After I get this move, then I could, party and ha ha he he. But this is the move I've been waiting on all this time. With regards to we're going to answer questions after we show the charts. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure my thing is up. Hold on. My thing is frozen, Asmeret. Hold on. I'm just trying to get this thing to work so I could see. Hold on 1 second. Why is this frozen? I've been moving.
Worst case, we can restart it.
All right, I got it back. Let me get some love, man. Let me get some hearts. What's the Nachi saying?
Come on, guys.
Going in on BTC. Nah, I'm not going in on BTC yet. Let me see. Charts. Let me get some shares, man. Let me get some hearts. Let me get some likes. Y'all know this is all I live for. I live for the charts. I live for y'all, man. I share this stuff. I just want I want more people to see it. Let me get some likes, some shares. Can I get some shares? Please. I got a couple people that always share my stuff, and I appreciate y'all more than anything. Y'all don't understand. I need a few of the people. If you haven't shared my video, haven't shared Asmeret's video, our video, please share it. Share it today. Let today be the day that you cross that line from being a casual observer to a supporter. Let today be that day you become a supporter. I believe in you.
Come on, guys.
I believe that deep down inside, you want to be a supporter today and support two young Black people trying to make a difference in this world. Let today be that day. Can today be that day?
Yes. Come on, guys. Charts.
Man, my kids are having the best time of their lives right now. All right, so let's pull this thing up. All right, I'm gonna show you guys Monero first, and I shared this chart with Charles and Mark, so I want to share this with you guys. Hold on 1 second.
So, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Comment on the comment box. Let me know what your thoughts are regarding what you heard so far. I'm just going to refresh the comments now. Yes, I'm seeing charts. What are your thoughts, guys? Hit me up on the comments. What are your thoughts? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Give me 1 second, guys. Just trying to get this thing to pull up.
So yeah, let me know what you thought of the news coming out so far today, over the last couple of days, over the week. Whilst we wait for a king risen to come up with the chart.
All right, so this is my chart for Monero. And I'm using Monero because I like the technicals on it. And I just want to share this with you guys. So here's Monero. And as you can see with Monero, we have, this is the weekly chart. Now, right below 161.1 on Monero, we have some really strong support. So now we broke down from that support. Not only we break that support, but we also broke this major trend line, this uptrend from $61, where we touched it again around 137. So we broke the major support and we broke the major uptrend. Now, what's interesting here is that we wicked back up in Monero and we retested that 161 level and we formed a bearish pin bar. So guys, pay attention to these pin bars. You see one here. It's a little bit different. The body is higher than this one where the body's lower. So what does this pin bar mean versus this pin bar? Well, let's just take it one piece at a time. This pin bar, when we seen it, the market went up a little bit more and sold down, bounce, went up a little bit more, sold down, bounce, went up a little bit more, sold down, bounce. Now keep in mind where the body is. The body's here. That lets you know that the market went up, pushed all the way back down or vice versa, and then closed right here. So the bulls pushed it all the way up. That shows bull strength, but the bears closed it bearish. So that lets me know that long-term we're selling, but the bulls have a little bit of fight left in them. So, and the bulls did. That's where we fought up and we sold back down. Now we see it again. It's something a little bit similar here, and we sold down right away. But what's interesting here is that the body's at the lower end of this wick. See where the body is right here versus where the body is right here? Mm-hmm. So this is a little bit of TA class 101. So the body was at the lower end of this wick, right? But so that lets us know that the market went down or vice versa. Well, really what happened, the market pushed up, came all the way back down and closed bearish. So that lets me know that the bulls have a little bit of steam left. And the steam they did have left. So another 2 weeks we essentially bought. But this pin bar is letting me know that there's no way in heaven that we're going to see any price above 170 again at the top of this pin bar. So that's a really large stop loss if you're trying to get in a trade. That's a really large order to get in. So you don't want to enter that way off of this bar. So we're waiting here. We see a couple more weeks of buying, and now we're at this trend line again. So over here is where I'm looking to get into the market in the short. I think we're going to sell off all the way back down. 1 second, guys. Let me pull this thing back up. One second. All right, so I'm just trying to get organized here. So what this pin bar is showing is that that the bears are still in control. So even though we see some bouncing and I have people in the forums, oh, you're crazy, the market's gonna go up. Okay, it's possible. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe the market does go back up. But the probability is if we study price action and patterns in the market, we're gonna sell off again. And where we're gonna sell off to, I think when it's all said and done, we're going to see a full about 57% correction on Monero. Now, each alt has different numbers, but across the board, I'm looking anywhere from 30 to 70%, depending on the alt, depending on the coin. Monero, I just really like the technicals on it, and it's showing us about a good 57%, which is what correlates with the 1.618 fib, which also correlates with the price action here as far as the movement bar and the breakdown. So that's what I'm looking at right here. I'm looking to buy some Monero right around $68, and then we'll see it trend inside this range a little bit. But I think we're going to dump down here. So that's Monero. What's even more interesting, what I was showing you guys, is with ETH-BTC. Now, I use ETH-BTC to kind of help determine how the market is moving as far as the altcoins. Let me show you what's really interesting about that. Give me 1 second. Let me stop this share and let me pull that up.
I'm just reading some of your comments while Aking is doing his thing. Okay. Yes, J. Dean saying I'm just trying to figure out proper volume for these options. Thank you, JJ Zill. Absolutely. Yeah, snowballs rolling down the mountain and gaining mass. Let me see.
All right, I'm about to pull the other chart. I'm trying to show you guys these charts. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm out of Facebook, Asmeret, so I don't see anybody's comments. But here's this thing right here, guys. I'm gonna show you what's even more cool, what's even more interesting. And I like this a lot. Let me get some more likes. Let me get some more shares. I'm over here working hard on the night train for you guys. Hold on 1 second.
Smash up the love and the like buttons, share away. I just want to say as well, Casey Claiborne, I read your message. BTC price started moving above EMA 15, but just barely. It looks like it is headed for the EMA 50. There was a MACD crossover going up, but it looks like
listen. Before I don't care about any of that. What I care about primarily, like what I look at, what it makes my trading decisions, what was price action, and sometimes that's the most reliable thing. Where you lose money trading price action is interpretation of price action, and sometimes there's some things you can't avoid, market spikes, market hunts, stuff like that. But trying to gauge the market by MACDs and this moving average and that moving average, because all MACD is moving averages, you're either going to be wrong or late. So indicators are lagging. They tell you what has happened versus what is going to happen. The only thing that tells you what is going to happen is price action. So the more time you spend studying price action, the more effective you're going to be, and you're still going to lose a ton of money. If you spend your time just studying indicators and oscillators, you're going to be a losing trader more than not, and it's going to be bad. So try to study more price. That's the only thing that's not going to lie to you. All right, so let me show you guys this right here. So this is ETH-BTC, and while I was so excited and rude, and I apologize to you, Asmeret, to interrupt, but I really want to show you guys this because we just got this as she was talking. So this is ETH-BTC. Now, right at 7,300 Satoshis, I said 73,000 Satoshis is where we have support. Really, you could say 7366, 666, but I like 73,000 Satoshis. It's cleaner. It makes more sense. I mean, the 0.786 fib level is right there, but I still like 73,000 Satoshis. So we broke down from 73,000 Satoshis, and we form a rising wedge. A rising wedge is a classic bearish pattern. You go down, rise up, like a ping pong, ping, 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 and then you break down. What happened, guys? We just broke down. I mean, literally, as Asmeret was talking, we just broke down. So with that being said, where does that mean we're going to go? Well, if this is an honest rising wedge, which I think it is, we're going to see the distance of the flag, of the wedge. That's going to be our first target. And then the distance of the wedge plus the pole, that's going to be your second target. That's about 15%. If you take 15% to 15%, that gets you pretty much right at the 1.618 fib level. So the safest play to enter the market, where I'm about to enter this market, like as soon as this daily candle closes around 6 o'clock tonight, I'm entering the market because I'm a gunslinger. But the safest place to enter the market is when it closes below 7,000 Satoshis. These wedges, these rising wedges, they do fail. It can fall and then pop straight back up. That is possible. But it's not very likely, but it is possible. But if it breaks this 7,000, 70,000 Satoshi area, it's extremely unlikely for it to pop back up. Is it possible? Yes, but it's even less possible. So the safest place where I'm going to enter my position is going to be right at the 70,000 Satoshis, and I'm holding it down to 60,000 Satoshis, about 15%. We're going to go down as legends if this market go ahead and corrects. So all of this is consistent. Monero's telling me it's about to sell off. ETH BTC is telling us about to sell off. I'm looking across different pairs of different cryptos rather, and they're all giving me very similar technicals, very similar bearish indicators. So what does this mean? Well, with the portfolio that I'm managing for Charles, I slid them back into USDT, and I'm going to look to accumulate maybe at 70,000. For 70,000 right here for a little bounce, I'm going to look to accumulate maybe down here somewhere around 68, 67,000 for a bounce. And then I'm going to look to accumulate down here around 60,000 for a bounce. So all of these cryptos, in my opinion, generally is about to discount. It's not going to fall right in a straight line. So it's going to give us 2, 3, 4 opportunities to get in, buy, release, get in, buy, release, get in, buy, release. And at the end of this month, I think for the next 3 to 5 weeks, I think we're going to be selling. I think it's going to be a beautiful sell. This is a beautiful setup. It's hard to ask for anything more than this. We sold down. We broke daily daily support, huge daily support. We broke that. Well-respected daily support. Wasn't respected all that well over here, but it's still in that same zone. Well-respected daily support. Below the 0.786 fib, we never even retested the 786 fib. We didn't even touch it. So we closed below the 70,000 Satoshis. This is an honest breakdown, and we have a lot of meat on the bone. We're going to take it all the way down to the bottom. So that's how I currently see the market right now. I think it's a great opportunity to accumulate, a great opportunity if you know what you're doing, to get in, capture some gains, get out, get in, capture some gains, get out. Or if you don't know what you're doing, just buy at these levels. You know, buy. Like when it comes down, buy a little bit more, buy a little bit more, buy a little bit more. And then at the end of the day, when this thing turns around, we're going to see you're going to have a lot more crypto. So we're talking 3 to 5 weeks. All right, Yusuf, that's cool. What about 3 to 5 months? Well, here's the deal, guys. If we break this area right here, this 54,000 Satoshi area, then we're probably going to go all the way back down to 29,000 Satoshis minimum. I mean, minimum. If not, we could even see 20,000 Satoshis minimum. Not minimum, but not minimum or maximum. But then these two targets start coming into play. So if you want this market to turn around, we need, honestly, to be honest, we really need to hold at 60,000 Satoshis. If we break this fractal level right here, this fractal cluster right here, this area right here has to hold. If we take that area out, then in my opinion, we're going way lower than 45,000 Satoshis. I wouldn't get back into the market to at least 29,000 Satoshis. And here's this thing. So we have another area to watch out for. Is this area right here. So this has to hold if we come down there. And if that area doesn't hold, then yeah, I mean, we could go all the way back down to 12,000 Satoshis. So just pay attention to these areas. I'm not telling you what to do, what to buy, what to sell, I'm going to leave that to Asmeret and Charles and Mark, and they're the fundamental guys. They're going to make sure you're in the right place. But what I am going to do is tell you what areas to look out for and how I'm playing this market short term. Short term, I'm looking to sell it down to at least 70,000 Satoshis, and then after that, 60,000 Satoshis. So that's my play. What you guys think? I'm about to log back into Facebook. Where am I at? What's everybody saying on Facebook? Are you there, Crypto Azzy? You're on mute, Asmeret.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. So Nick Ross, so you're talking about shorting BTC, and then Casey Claiborne says catch the falling knife with a question mark.
I wouldn't catch a falling knife. If you're buying and holding, there is no catching falling knives. If you're accumulating, there's no such thing. So like if you bought Bitcoin right now, are you buying Bitcoin at a bad price? I mean, really, if you bought Bitcoin right now at $6,500, $6,400, is that a bad price? If you bought it at, $7,000, is that a bad price? Like if you're buying, if you understand cryptocurrency, you're holding, like any price you get in now is a good price. Any price. Like I don't want to say there's no losing, because investing contains risk, and this whole market could blow up and go to craps. Is that probable? No. Is that likely? No. Do I think that's even possible and happening? No. But anything's possible, right? Like the moon can turn into cheese. So like that's possible. Is it going to happen? I don't think so. So we talk about real probabilities, then absolutely. Anytime you catch any knife at this point and you're buying, you're good. You don't have to worry about it. Just buy. Anytime. There is no knife, because the knife is going to turn into a bird and fly through the skies in a matter of months. So that's how I see it. What else we got?
Tariq Aminarab Gbon saying people mad they got a Bentley for 32K instead of 27K.
Right, exactly.
Tariq said that.
That is man, I'm stealing that. What? Say that again. I'll give you your tags. I'll make sure you have your credits for that. I really like that. Say that again, Asmeret.
Okay, Tariq Aminra Gbon says people mad they got a Bentley for 32K instead of 27K.
Man.
And he says lol.
Man, how deep is that? That is perfect. That is perfect. I love that. I love every last bit of that. People are really mad at like, man, I got it for 27. Darn. Or 32. Darn. Like, dude, you're in a Bentley right now. Relax. What else we got?
So I was asked a question about Origin Trail. So Origin Trail, I did a talk about that actually, a presentation a while back. I think it was last month. But just a quick note on that, it is looking to revolutionize the supply chain management. It's looking to build purpose-built protocol on the blockchain, so it will allow supply chains to talk to each other and interact with each other across international borders, because the current problem that we have in supply chain management is transparency, traceability, costs. So basically Origin Trail, they have a working prototype. They already have an app. You can scan an item, the barcode, put in the expiry date. It will come up with several data which you can trace back, for example, to the farm where you bought your yogurt or whatever good you bought. See where the data came from. The data from the suppliers are synced every day. There's a unique fingerprint on every single move that's made, and a file hash that acts as a transaction ID. So everything is immutable. It can't be changed. Everything is open and transparent. And blockchain is perfect for supply chain management. We're seeing a lot of the industry leaders come in to create their own alliances and hubs where they can collaborate. I know Walmart has been developing their own version as well. and also awarded a prize to Origin Trail for being so forward thinking and revolutionary. And it just in real world aspect, in user case, they've been working with existing farms and companies and boutique labels to see if their goods could be tracked, and imagine all of the cases, all of the poisoning and safety issues that those cases we've seen, and people who have allergies or people who have certain lifestyle that want to make sure their meat comes from the right farm, they're being treated in an ethical way, vegetarians, vegans, they want to know every aspect of their journey just to eliminate contamination, for example. So the implications are huge for real world situations. So even your coffee, your tea, your food, drink, if everything could be on the blockchain and you see exactly where it comes from, it will give you a lot of confidence and peace of mind to know what you're buying is literally as it's said on the label. So it's major. So it is undervalued. It's one of those coins that has those projects that has long-term, the fundamentals are strong on it. So the long-term prospects for this project is quite high. Some major partnerships will come into Europe and in the Europe and American markets. They're looking to expand, but right now they've been working with smaller boutique companies and organizations just to get like an idea of how this could be scaled up, before going to mass market. They're working with the smaller companies first, and they've been very successful with the prototype. So yes, Origin Trail is definitely on. I mean, no investment advice, but I spoke on it. I know Mark and Charles are bullish on it as well. So, and it is actually on one of our. If you take a look at Jarvis long-term picks, it is listed there as well. So, I hope that answers your question.
How long have we been? I think we're out here for like an hour now, Asmeret.
Yeah, we've been an hour.
Yeah, I'm really excited, guys. I mean, these next couple of weeks are very, very important to me. I'm going to get, like last week I was also sick, so that, and then that kind of put me behind a lot of things. I didn't get to put out as much content as I wish I could have, so I regret that and I apologize for that. But I will make up for it this week, so I'll probably do maybe an extra video or something. I don't know, maybe something cool or special to kind of make up for last week. And then, but you will definitely have me tomorrow. I will definitely be doing it tomorrow. My analysis, updates, all that good stuff. Maybe I'll do something Wednesday. Maybe even like a little TA class or something. I'm not sure. I'll try to figure something out, make things interesting. And then you'll definitely have me Thursday. So I'll figure something out and make things interesting, keep things fluid. And then we'll see how this market goes. So I'm loving this. I'm loving every last bit of this. And I'm excited. I'm excited to get more cryptocurrency. I'm excited to share my record of performance with you guys. I'm excited for Asmeret sharing the long-term fundamental plays. We're in the right space. We're in the right time. Our timing could not have been better. I know some people are like, oh man, the market is bearish or this and this and this. Like, guys, if you don't understand how amazing of a time you're right now, you completely missed the ball. Like, you should be more happy now versus when the market's going up. Like, yes. That's what y'all don't understand. When the market is going down is when that's when the excitement should be pouring in. You shouldn't be like, oh, I bought Bitcoin at 20,000. Who cares? I don't care if you bought it at 19,999. I don't care if you bought Bitcoin at 25,000. It was never 25,000. Like, I don't care. What matters is that crypto is still there. You can reposition it and do all types of things, but that's for people like myself to kind of get involved in. But if you just save your money, put a little money together, sell some of those electronics you don't use. Like, my kids have 50,000 iPads. Like, I could sell some of those if that's what I needed to do, get a couple extra $100. Like, I'm sure you guys got all types of junk that you don't use, even if you don't have extra cash. Just put some of that money together and buy some cryptocurrency. You want to see a couple $100 turn into tens of thousands of dollars, like magic? You want to see real life magic? I'm not advising you to buy cryptocurrency. I'm not telling you to do anything. But what I will say, I'm gonna have a magic trick for you guys in about 12 months. I'm gonna show you guys magic. Y'all want to see magic? I'm gonna show you guys magic in about 12 months. Give me 12 months. I'm gonna show you magic. I'm gonna show you how I turned a dirty old iPad into thousands of dollars. I'm gonna show y'all magic. So please don't be depressed. Don't feel despair. You're in the right industry, the right time, the right people. You have it right there. It's going to work and it's going to happen for you. You're not going to miss it. It's not going to be stories you hear of other people. It's going to be you. Just my opinion. So follow closely, pay attention, and let's have an amazing cryptocurrency experience.
Absolutely.
I'm done. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. So, guys, you saw what's been happening over the last few weeks with some bullish news coming out. And I just want to add, there will be a second part to the asset allocation this Friday, continuing on from this Friday just gone, that I was speaking on how to allocate your resources, your investments wisely. But also look at what's going on in the market. Look at what's the developments coming out with the exchanges, with the projects, with governments looking to have a unified response to to regulate the space. So just look at what's being poured into the space as the biggest indicator of what's about to happen over the next few weeks, months, and years. It's fast developing. Every single second, minute, hour of the day, there's always something coming out, something being achieved, something moving the space forward. So, the clues, if you want proof, you want clues, you want ideas, you want signs, direction, it's all around you. You just have to open your eyes, be fully informed as much as you can from different sources, and just go with the flow. Like literally have a plan. We do our very best together in this space to get different ideas as to how to approach this, but we look at principles.
The market is dumping right now. It's my money back. Oh. Hey.
Oh yeah, I know Yusuf is excited, but try and stay calm. Try and stay calm. Whether the market goes up or goes down. Don't get too depressed and don't get too excited. I'll let Yusuf have
more crypto. All right, I'm about to end this. Bye.
Bye, guys.